Hello guys, and welcome to Ride VIP, the Ride Share channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video, as you can see, I'm wearing my mechanic's clothes, or should we say service technician's clothes. Currently I'm going through training at Chrysler Jeep Dodge dealership, and they're letting me work with a technician inside. His name is John, and basically he's a shop foreman. So he's kind of like showing me the ropes and everything, how everything works. But it seems to be like okay, like I'm handling stuff pretty good. Looks like I'm going to have to learn like all of the softwares that they're using. That's probably gonna be like the biggest thing, but it's not the biggest thing because at least when it comes to mechanics, I've been doing it already, and it's not challenging to me. I mean, it will be challenging, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not like how should I say, like it doesn't stress me out, maybe, or some other word. But anyways, oh yeah, intimidated. Like I'm not intimidated by broken down cars. This is why I buy a lot of cars with like sometimes high mileages. I'm not afraid to own them. Like this Range Rover, I bought it and immediately it started overheating, and a lot of you guys get rid of it because they're not reliable. But as a mechanic, if I can't fix it, then I guess I'm not that good of a mechanic. But with that being said, I was just a DIYer basically, and had a lot of experience in working with Mercedes Sprinter diesels over the last 14 years. And of course, before that, I was servicing just like my own regular cars, and sometimes I would buy cars, fix them, sometimes flip them, but it was never kind of like a business. Always like at the back of my mind, I'm thinking I should really start buying, fixing, and flipping cars. But there was always some kind of barrier to entry. You know, it's either that I don't have enough money, it's this job right here I gotta do, there's just not enough time. Then before you know, you get married, you get family, and you just kind of get caught up in the hustle and bustle, and you sort of like let your dreams go. But anyways, with this introduction to this video, I want to ask you, my viewers, what do you think about me posting some of these videos to you guys about this new job that I got? Because after all, this is a rideshare channel, and I want to keep things rideshare, but at the same time, a lot of you guys are looking at this rideshare industry and you're thinking, is this still right for me? And you know, let's talk about those type of things. Certainly, I felt like you can't tame this bull, you can't put him back to work. Not after I had all this freedom, you know. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably feel the same way. You know, it's just that freedom, you know, and you enjoy it, and it's lovely. You could do whatever you want with your time. You know, it's just amazing. So, I've really enjoyed the freedom. But with this freedom, right? What am I thinking about? Like, I'm thinking about working on cars, and I come home and I'm working on cars, and guess what? I don't even get paid for it, you know. So, sure, you know, once I end up flipping some cars, I'll end up getting paid for it. But at the end of the day, I weigh things out, and I'm thinking, okay, well, let's say I do make a $1,500 profit, which is the usual profit between $500 to $1,500. How long did it take me to do this type of job? Well, it certainly was not a week. If it was a week, then it would be on par with what I was making driving for rideshare, and driving for rideshare was a lot easier work than having to do all the mechanical work, you know, doing body work, painting, sometimes doing like you know, like if you buy a car that's salvage and it needs, you know, parts replaced, but at times you gotta pull it out. You use you know, like special tools to do that, which I do have, and I have to basically tie it up to the tree with chains, and then, you know, pull the car out. I actually have videos like that. If you want, I could, you know, I could post some here. But it's just hobby. Even though I got all professional tools, like I could technically get hired by a body shop. Like I have my tools, you know, for doing body work and paint work and sanding. I could even be a contractor. I have all the contractor's tools, like anything from drywall to doing flooring, to any kind of trim moldings. Like, why do I have it? Not because I'm a tool collector, but I think I am. But because I always end up fixing my own stuff. I fix my own cars. I fix my own Mercedes Sprinter diesel van. I don't take it to a shop. Man, unfortunately, I'm stuck in traffic because I'm only like, well, 3 miles away, and it says 11 minutes, and I haven't really moved, as you could tell. So, yeah, Charlotte traffic. Yeah, a little bit disappointing. But anyways, with that being said, I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this traffic. That way, I have excuses for being late if it causes me to late. They already know I'm traveling from far away, and I left. I gave myself an hour and 15 minutes to get here. But now this is the worries of being employed. I have to be on time, which I'm always on time. I don't like to be late. I actually like to be early. But anyways, with that being said, I bought my home 8 years ago, and it needed lots of renovations, so I ended up buying everything, as I did its job, which cost me a lot of money, not only in tools, but in supplies and in time. That means I was sort of like doing sweat equity that I'm never gonna kind of like realize, because I'm not gonna really sell the property because I don't care to do so. I just want to be able to have a property that I own, no mortgage, which is good. But that means I had to pay for everything cash. That came like paid for my house and tools, everything. Did I work myself? That is sort of like the only way to really achieve something in life, is to be able to just do it yourself, because you're really never gonna have money by having other people do things for you. At least for me, I'm just speaking from kind of like a blue collar worker, because I was never a white collar worker, unless driving for expedite and driving for Lyft is a white collar job, or me working at as a CNA for like a healthcare provider. But none of those jobs really paid that well to begin with. But anyways, why am I kind of like saying as a blue collar worker and that type of thing, is because as a blue collar worker, I have tried my best to be able to make as much money as possible. Just really work hard, and for that reason, I actually was able to buy my home and my cars, my tools, everything for cash. With that, once I was done, after all that hard work, came freedom. And the freedom is something that once you get it, you get a taste for freedom. You're like, okay, I like this. But with me being married and having 3 kids, I still have obviously expenses, because it's not cheap having 3 kids. There's all kinds of expenses. I'm not even going to get into those. But anyways, I guess lastly, I just want to talk about why did I decide to just go back and get an hourly type of job. Well, first of all, in my situation, this does not feel like a regular job, because I will be doing work that I actually enjoy doing. And with that being said, it doesn't feel like work. Like yesterday, I worked for 4 hours, which was a short day for me. It was a half day for me, and it felt like 1 hour. Seriously. Now each morning I get up at 6, so now I force myself to get up early. Now it's 7:50, and I'm still not at work. So time kind of flies quickly. So my morning routine now, like when I wake up, obviously after doing all the essentials, I actually work out in the morning. I basically just do lots of push-ups, just 3 sets of 30 push-ups. Not that much, because I do want to stay in shape, and I actually weigh right now 200 pounds, and 2 weeks ago I was weighing 214 pounds and a half. you know, and that's not weighing myself with clothes, So I'm feeling healthier. I feel like I got more energy. So this driving job, it felt like it was taking my energy away, and it was causing me to gain weight, which is not healthy. And at the same time, it's not being rewarding anymore as far as the pay goes. At least when the pay was good, I'm like, okay, this is great. I got the freedom, I got the pay. But when you do get the pay, they really suck you in, don't they? They get you to work all them crazy hours, and you guys see me do it. I worked all them crazy hours for that money, and then I did not get the freedom anymore. And to make matters worse, all the overtime I was doing, like sometimes like 60 to 80 hours a week, I was not getting overtime pay, you know? So, and you're not either, obviously. And to make matters worse, not only that you're not making overtime pay, they're not even paying you enough to work those extra hours, like, which would end up being the weekend. Now the weekend, for me at least, maybe for you it's the same, started feeling like any ordinary day. It was no longer rewarding. I used to be able to like say like, okay, well, I'll get that money on the weekend, which is going to be good, But no, not anymore. And I think part of the reason is they're probably trying various different things. I'm talking about like Lyft and Uber, to make people actually work more. So they're like, look, let's pay them enough to keep them, but not enough for them to actually have enough money to still keep that craving going, to where you need to just work more hours. And that's essential, I think, what they're doing. I mean, and they're easily manipulating us with these algorithms. They're, like, and it always, I mean, doesn't it feel like it? You're thinking, okay, well, day is not going that well. Let me go home now. And all of a sudden you're making money. It's kind of like they know they've been underpaying you, and they're like, look, let's throw them a bone. Let's throw them a bone and let them work a little longer. And that's exactly what they end up doing. And the same thing, what I've been noticing is, let's say I put like destination mode for Lyft. All of a sudden, the area that I've been in, all of a sudden surging like crazy. And like, I've seen surges as much as $50 before. Like, I'm like, I was there for 15 minutes, nothing was happening. Now I left and I'm going home, and now it's surging back there. And sometimes they sucked me in and I went back. By other times I'm like, no, I'm just going. And then you see that surge sort of like following you, kind of like, and sometimes it'll be like, boom, like right in your area. And you're like, fine. I was going home to finally sleep like a normal person, and now that area is surging, and then you end up staying. And that was just kind of like never-ending process for me. I've been doing it for like 2.5 years, and that's the way it was for me. Maybe for you it was a different experience, but that's the way it is for me. So for the longest time, I've been contemplating whether or not I should just get a normal job. Not that I need a job, but I need a job. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. It's just like, I could technically survive on all of my little side hustles that I'm doing, but I kind of can't, because in order for my wife to be happy and my kids to be properly fed and clothed and, take care of my wife really good, and of course myself, I need that extra money. Otherwise, I'm just going to be like breaking even and sort of like living side hustle to side hustle. That's my word of saying paycheck to paycheck, and never really seeing any change. And that life, as much freedom as you have, just does not feel rewarding, because they say money doesn't make you happy, but are you sure about that? Sure makes my wife happy. so anyways, with that being said, this is something I'm contemplating about. And if you stayed this far, then you guys are my friends, seriously. And this is why I gotta ask you something. what should I do? What should I do? Now, I just found out that a manager's position's been open for 3 months for the parts department. And here I am selling used car parts on eBay. And I'm like, ugh, I'm loving this technician job here, but this is a management position. I mean, come here for the job. I just wanted to enjoy working on cars and enjoy the shop setting. But there's a management position open. What would you do, guys? I looked at the income that the managers make in the parts department, and it's double. And I'm like, and I'm still thinking about it. Like, am I stupid or what? Like tell me in the comments. But like, what would you do? Like, I know I'm qualified. Well, they think I'm qualified. That's not even a question. I'm like more like thinking like, okay, I will get the job, but do I want the job? That's kind of like how I'm thinking. And being a manager, I've looked into it. Like, because I do sell car parts. Look, you got to stay organized. If you stay organized, you could find your things, and you want to make sure, like, it's like I think organization is like the key, right? Then you want to make sure you have the right amount of parts in your shop, especially all the common stuff. That way the technicians could continue working, but I'm like, is it too early to try to see if I could get into this position, or is this the right opportunity? So it's kind of like strike the iron while it's hot. Like right now they feel like, look, having a manager that we don't know is gonna do well versus not having a manager. Probably having some kind of manager is good. They could probably get another technician, but they couldn't get a manager for 3 months. So, anyways, I'm at my job. This dealership, this is a brand new dealership. Like, this is a joy to work here. Like, I'm telling you guys, I'm loving it. Let me know, guys, what do you want to know? Do you want to know more about anything? I do want to get your opinion on things. And what would you do about this management thing? Do you think I should ask for it? Do you think I should apply for it? Do you think I should mention it? Sometimes I'm thinking yes, and sometimes I'm thinking no. I'm just thinking like, look, if I do become a manager, that's just gonna open up a lot of doors for me. I'm already technically hired as a technician. That's already looking good for me. But yeah. Why is my parking sensors not going off? But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.